Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for January 24th, 2020, Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. There's a, this is something that we all, it's tricky that we picture yourself as a magnet, and then picture, and I don't mean a magnet for metals and stuff like that. I mean a magnet that literally, a very powerful magnet. So you view yourself as a very powerful magnet. In fact, so powerful that it cannot be measured. And your thoughts, your emotions, that, let's say you direct them to yourself. Let's say that you have conversations with yourself, you get angry with yourself, and so on and so forth. I think we've all experienced that at one time or another in these lives that we currently inhabit. What happens is that it begins to saturate you, and you don't know what is causing it, what's taking place. You know that you get frustrated, you know that you get angry, you know that you get exasperated with yourself, usually. And it's fueled, and it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, and it gets very heavy at times for us. And this is really important for us to understand something here. If we aren't gentle with ourselves, you can hear that and you say, "Oh, be gentle with myself." What does that mean? It means that you revere who and what you are. That every bit of you is divine. See? Now, when we have intent and we do it very deeply through our heart minds, it is, see, it materializes. It's the power of our intent that's unfettered and not obstacle, if you will. So we have this emotion or this feeling that comes in, and it gets very difficult for us at times, and it spreads, and it affects everything we do, everything we view, how we maneuver through the day, how we are with ourselves, and how we are with others. And that magnet that we are is absolutely omnipotently powerful. So a lot of the times you don't know it. In fact, you don't even know it when you're interacting with others. It's difficult for you to take an external view of what you're doing. Why are you doing it? See, we spend so much time externalizing in this life that our ability to comprehend within ourselves of who and what we are from all different facets and aspects. It's not an evaluation. It isn't that at all. It is knowing ourselves. And that is so key to this transition that we're already in. In this fifth dimensional frequency, you are going to find that the things that you once viewed are not anywhere near what they are now. The things that you took for granted, the things that you would see in the sky, the things that you would see around you, the things that energies and frequencies that you would experience are not anything like they are now. And is that a doom and gloom? No, it's the opposite. It is absolutely releasing and freeing for the civilization. And so as you become acclimated to it, you'll begin to understand a little bit here, a little bit there. But you also become acutely aware that you are this magnificent divine magnet, and you attract it all. You attract it all. And when you know this, you begin to say, okay, so I operate from my heart-mind. My heart-mind is accelerated, and it's become much more in the forefront. And this is all connected through these meditations to have prepared us for this transition. And so as we, for those who have taken it from a serious perspective and have started to go within and understand who and what they are, as soon as you intend, it is. That's how quick things are picking up. So as soon as you intend, now if you intend it from the ego mind, if it is directed through greed, if it is directed through worry, stress, fear, it will not materialize. It won't be a reality. It's just going to stay out there in the ethers, waiting. And we don't, a lot of us, I don't think, comprehend the fact that now it's gotten to the point where when you intend, it is. And I don't mean it's going to go poof in your living room or, in front of you. I mean that intent will materialize, and it will become a reality. So when you focus and you direct through the heart-mind, and you know what you're desiring, what you're, literally seeking in your surroundings, we'll put it that way, it will be through the heart-mind. And through the ego-mind, you will not experience anything. And then that'll be frustrating again, and then it'll catapult you down into a lower level of frequency. When you go into a lower level of frequency, you can say goodbye to all the things that you intend for yourself and others. It's not going to happen. It may happen once in a great while, might slip through, but for the most part, it's not going to happen. It's not going to take place. It's not going to be a reality. Because we must understand to work through the heart-mind, to be in the heart-mind. And the heart-mind is so much more powerful than the ego-mind. That's why the heart-mind is there to oversee the ego-mind. Because in eventuality, guys, when it all boils down to it, as we continue to ascend into higher and higher frequencies, we are going to find out that the ego is not needed. You see what I mean? It's not needed. And it will identify that. It will begin to start to understand that I am not really needed. Because what is the ego? The ego is it cannot be satisfied, ever. It is never, ever satisfied. So you picture that. In this life that we all inhabit, in our own ways, in our own directions, that ego is the root of a lot of the turmoil that we experience for ourselves in these bodies, in this life, in this now. And so when we realize that in our own way, and we determine that for ourselves, because that's the only way it will engage for us. External authority is not going to do it. So when you decide to do that on your own volition, you say, well, now I'm going to put my energies within me. I'm going to journey within me. I am going to commune with the God within me. Okay? And I'm not saying that for some, that is it difficult? I would say that for a lot of people, it's very challenging because it's scary for people. Again, the ego mind dictating to the heart mind. It's scary. It's a fearful thing because it's an unknown. How many of you have been in a situation in this life that you're in now where you You knew that you could go in a certain direction. You knew that you sensed that, well, it's unknown, and I'm fearful of that. I don't know if I should go there because I have no clue what's going to take place. See? And that's the ego, which kind of strips you of your confidence through the heart-mind. And then it starts shooting those thoughts, which we all are aware of, that we embrace and turn into reality. And so, but when through the heart-mind, you have the confidence, and you are the God, and the universe is your ally, and you'll go, this is great, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to walk right there. And you'll, and see your intent. The beautiful thing about it is that your intent through the heart-mind is so powerful, and that your confidence is so assuring that the outcome, whatever it may be, will be wonderful. See? You can imagine that if you had like a video tablet and it showed you things, and you knew, okay, well, where am I going to be a year from now? And it shows you, and you follow it. You going to learn anything? No. You going to perfect? No. Can you imagine doing that all the time? You know exactly what the outcome's going to be. You know exactly what you're going to do. You know, there's no surprises or anything because we put those in there. Okay? Now, here's the flip side. When, without the tablet, you say to yourself, I'm confident through my heart-mind, and I'm in deep eternal love, and I am deep gratitude, and the universe is, you know, the universe never lets you down, ever, 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 ever lets you down. That is a constant. Okay? And a lot of us don't know that. So the universe is actually our playground. And the universe keeps us buoyant and free and light. So we all choose these things based on where the influence is coming from. If it's coming from the ego mind, well, we all know we're going to be off in this direction, that direction, this direction, that direction. We're going to take 10 steps backwards. We're going to fall off this side, that side. We're going to climb back up, and we'll go this way and that way. When we're in the heart mind, we just flow. We go downstream in the boat with no oars. So number one, we're not fighting. We're not fighting the current. We're not fighting upstream, struggling and, taxing ourselves. We're just going downstream, and that's called downstream thinking. Okay? And what is the unknown? Unknown is wherever you end up, banking, wherever the boat banks itself on the shoreline. Then you get out and you say, okay, here we go, a great adventure. I'm looking forward to it, experiencing it. But when we internalize, which means that when we literally allow the ego mind to dictate all things, we become heavily mucked up, and it could take, you could carry things for 50, 60 years of your life. You can carry hatred, anger, upset, disappointment, self-esteem issues, and all of it, you carry it, and you could carry it forever. And through your life, you are continually faced with it. It continually bubbles up. You continually try to press it down and hope that it'll go away, and it never does. Why is that? Because you have not forgiven yourself at all, at all, at all. And even though the ego mind tries to convince you to fool yourself that, you're making progress and things are going well, you experience the opposite. This is one of the things that this civilization, and it is only up to each and every one of us, see? And is it a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It is something about the forgiveness from within us, to forgive every aspect of ourselves. Forgive yourself. That's not just lightheartedly. You forgive every aspect, everything. Genuinely through the heart-mind. You'll be amazed. Hug and love every part of you. You'll be amazed on what transpires. And now that you're in a higher frequency and you're beginning to just now adjust, it is the time to really, should have been the time before this, but it is even more so now, where you forgive all aspects of you. This has nothing to do with any external authority, which means other people, other circumstances surrounding you, other situations outside of you. It has everything to do with you. If you have a dirty windshield and all the windows in your vehicle are completely mucked up, how are you going to drive? And it's not from the inside, so you can't clean the window. And there's no water in your solvent reservoir to clean it. How are you going to drive? You're not. You're going to become frightened, fearful, frustrated, scared, irritated, stressed. Okay? And then the unknown, then more fear comes in. What's out there? How come I know I can't see anything? This is what happens to us when we literally gather and collect. Some of us aren't conscious about it. You know, it's not like you're consciously collecting it. It's just subconsciously it goes into the baggage room. This is your subconscious mind, the baggage room. And so you put all your baggage there, and it sits there. It's not like it goes away. It's there, and it accumulates. And so as you travel through your life, it continually bubbles up. You know? You become short-tempered. You become super critical of yourself. Other people notice that your display of anger, frustration, irritability, quick-tempered. All of these things are inherent to collecting all of those things that you've experienced emotionally or physically in this life, from childhood all the way through your life. That's part of the baggage. In fact, it's most of the baggage that influences. When I talk about the subconscious mind, that's your baggage room. Those are all the experiences that you have accumulated throughout your life, whatever they may be. Okay? And when you deeply understand that you are pure, deep, eternal love and deep gratitude, you will forgive yourself. It won't be a difficult thing. You might cry, you might laugh, you might do neither. But the fact of the matter is that you will finally forgive yourself. It is important to do that. Forgive yourself. And when it literally frees you, and it cleans out the baggage room. Does it make sense to carry baggage that you don't ever use again? That you don't, and it keeps bubbling up in your life, in your experience, and it clouds things, and it influences things? It's like you keep living it over and over again, and the anger literally festers, and it grows, and your frustration and your shortness with yourself and others, it continues. It kind of eats away. And yet we carry it. We carry it incessantly, year after year after year. And then, we seek assistance, external authority. We seek assistance. Do you know why that most people have to seek external authority through psychiatry, through psychology? You know why we do that? Because we don't know who and what we are. That's the main reason we do that. Okay? Because we don't feel confident, because we don't feel powerful of who and what we are, because we're not connected with the God within us. You can say, oh, no, I know I have a God within me. I'm aware of that. Well, are you connected with the God within you? Do you converse and commune with the God within you? Well, no, I don't do that, but I know I have the God within me. Well, that's a good step in the right direction. But when you carry this baggage, and you know something? We all do it. none of us are exempt from it. In different ways, shaped or form, we carry that baggage. And it is in the baggage room, in our subconscious. And, sometimes we'll go and we'll open the baggage room door and we'll go, oh, there it is. It's all still there. Sure is. Oh, there's the green one. There's the yellow one. Oh, there's that one. You see? And we just kind of drag it through life, and it influences many things. And it stops us from being abundant. It stops us from being prosperous. It stops us from being joyful and happy with ourselves first. And we say, but to be aware, conscious of it, that is wonderful. And not to be fearful of it or angry about it. You say, well, it's time for me to forgive me. And it's also time for me to embrace every part of me. When I would work, years ago, when I worked with very overweight people, these people had very, very twisted opinions of themselves and attitudes towards themselves. It wasn't towards anybody else. It was about how they viewed themselves and how they looked at themselves and how bad they thought they were, because they were heavy and because they've abused themselves, because they're addicted to food and certain other avenues and applications. And so they deteriorate their own confidence. And because they're not connected with the God within them, and they also aren't connected with the fact that they are absolutely beautiful, divine perfection. They don't see, they view the surface. We view the surface. We judge the surface of each other. We judge it. See? We become the judges of others and ourselves, which is ludicrous. But what would happen is that when they finally started connecting with the God within them, on their own, there's no prodding going on, but they determined that that's what they wanted to do. In eventuality, all the weight was gone, and their direction and opinion of themselves was 1,000 times higher frequency. And their confidence started growing, and their viewpoints of who and what they are started expanding, and their interactions and relationships with others started blossoming, and opportunities started flowing in for them effortlessly. You see what happens? That's a guarantee, guys. You will always know that if things are blocking from you, if the flow of abundance and wealth and happiness and joy and peace and prosperity and gentleness and kindness and generosity and humbleness, if that is not flowing to you, then there's something that you're doing to block it. Every single time, without fail. And that is a definite heads up for each and every one of us to say, okay, now what am I doing here? Why am I blocking this? You say, God, why am I blocking this? What's going on? I am not able to put a finger on it, but I will find out what it is. Say, and it could be something real trivial that we've attracted through our magnetism. Could be. We don't know yet. And then we find out. And then we embrace it, and we saturate it with love and gentleness and kindness, and it vaporizes. And then the flow continues to come to us. It's been designed this way, you see? And, understand something. When you hear about demons and all this stuff, we create all that. We create it. The collective consciousness creates all these things. So, a key aspect and understanding and intent in this frequency, if you want to maneuver it well and enjoy it, is deeply forgive yourself. This is a permanent forgiveness. It's not temporary. It is a deep forgiveness of yourself. Is it a bad thing? No. Are the things that you're forgiving, horrible? No. It's that you're literally cleaning everything away so that you can be the abundant, prosperous, happy, healthy, joyous, blissful, being that you truly are. And then all of that flows to you, unobstructed. It's the core. It is for us to finally clean out the baggage room once and for all, is to address the issues that we choose to experience over and over and over again. Whether how we were raised, whether the influences were, how many times we had broken hearts, how many relationships, whatever it may be that we're carrying in that baggage room, it's time to open the door in the baggage room, sit there, and start saying, I forgive myself for this, I forgive myself for that, I love myself. You know, why would I mistreat myself? Why would I be angry with myself? Why would I be so hard on myself? I don't care to do that anymore. Watch what happens when you decide to do that. So, forgive yourself. So, if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we want to do is relax our bodies. Because I'm going to tell you something, there's a lot of people, and I'm sure some of you feel those people, whether you know them or not, on this planet, that are in deep chemicalization, which really doesn't help them. It literally pulls their energy and frequency lower and lower. And to relax the body naturally, which is the power that we are, is that we let everything go. Everything. Picture not having a stitch. Nothing. Just the clothes on your back. Picture not owning anything, not having anything. All that you are is you in that moment, in that now. And let it all go. Surrender it all. Surrender. You know why? Because you have the confidence through the heart, mind, and the God that you truly are, that it's insignificant. That the flow of abundance is constant. And this isn't some pipe dream or some fairy tale. It is a reality. And it is time we start embracing the reality of who and what we are. So we relax the body. We let it all go. Because guess where it all comes from? Guess why we're so stressed sometimes? So distraught, so uncomfortable, so discomforted. It's because of all the stuff. It's because of all the stuff. And the more stuff, the heavier we begin to feel. Have you ever noticed that? And the ego mind keeps driving you more and more. And you get more and more, and whatever it may be. And you become more, you get heavier and heavier. So let it all go. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing doom and gloom is going to come your way. You let it go. It just vaporizes. You embrace it, give it a big smooch, and it's gone. See, what happens a lot of the times is that we know things, but we say, well, it'll go away. It'll go away. You ever done that? I'm not going to pay attention. I don't care to do it since it'll go away. Does it go away? Oh, only for a short period of time, and then it's right back full force. So we relax the body, and we surrender. We surrender to the God within us. Remember, you are the heaven. You are the paradise. They have incessantly tried to rip you away from that to make you feel that you have to externalize it. Everything's external authority. And you've got to seek on top of the mountain the wisdom of everything, which is crap. So, as you relax the body, and it will respond, and it will just release and relax. And as you do this, the stress just literally falls off and dissipates. Anxieties and fears. And so as you relax the body, you want to move into the now. So as we move into the now, what is the now? What is it? It's the very moment, this very moment we're all in, this now, this very moment that we're in. Because the past, the present, and the future are all happening in the now. Okay? So it doesn't do us any brightness or goodness to go into the past and to drag all that baggage into the future, to create our future. You will find that you will repeat the same things that you did at the time that you experienced whatever it is you're dragging into the future. And you will go over it and over it and over it and over it, and you will review it, and it will bubble up and bubble up and bubble up. And it will not dissipate. And you will think that, well, I've taken care of it, I've worked on it, it's all good and dandy, and it is just as strong as it was 50 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It's just as strong as if you're reliving it. So the now stills the ego mind. It also stills the baggage room, the subconscious mind. And you just are in the now. Now, as we relax the body and we're in the now, we want to breathe. And we want to breath in through our noses. Nice and easy breath in. And we want to just hold it shortly. Just sustain it, hold it for 3 seconds. Here's the 3 seconds to frequencies. I am love, I am light, I am. I am love, I am light, I am. I am love, I am light, I am. And then breath out through the mouth. Nice and easy, let it go, relaxedly. Feel yourself calm, placid, not a care in the world. In the now, right in the now, in the moment. And the breathing, the breath, focuses us to stay in the now, because the breath is only in the now. It's not the past, it's not the future, it's the now. So this reinforces us to keep ourselves in the now. It balances our chi, our power. It allows us to become relieved, relaxed, at ease. We don't have all the clutter, all the chatter, all the noise, the incessant thoughts, and the thousands, tens of thousands. We calm everything, because we are the master and commanders of our light ships. We always have been. So we direct it. Now, as we breath in, we're breathing in divine positive energy. We want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. And as we breath in through the nose, we breath in divine positive energy. And divine positive energy comes to the collective consciousness of this planet, Earth, Gaia, and the universes, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. It is a collective of consciousness, and through source creation of that which made us, of which we are part of, the essence of, who comes in, communicates through our God within and into the heart mind. Never goes into the ego mind. It always goes in through the heart mind. And so as we feel the vibrational frequency of the communication of source, forgiving ourselves is part of the transition into higher and higher frequencies. And it's a deep, calm, loving, gentle, blissful, caring, humble, tranquil, benevolent, generous forgiveness. It's exactly what it is. And it literally releases you from all of the goop and the muck that you've carried with you through that baggage room. And it's gone. And you release it. Now the baggage room is clean, so it's able to take in new experiences, new directions of which you design, of which you intend. Not the ego mind. Now, as we breath out the same ego mind and the subconscious mind chatter that, tries to negate that, tries to tell you, oh, that's just stupid. You need to have those things. Those are part of your experience in this life. They're things that you need to hold on to and embrace and, drudge through it. It makes you who you are, and that's why you need to continually carry it after experiencing it. See? That comes in. That comes in. And it's not an issue because you are in the heart mind. You say, ego mind, you're not in charge. The heart mind is, and I am the heart mind. The ego mind backs off, and that incessant chatter dissipates, vaporizes away. And we're in the heart mind, and we're in the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is within each and every one of us. We are the God. And once we understand that openly, without lacking observing or low self-esteem or uncomfortable of not deserving to have that or understand, all that's out the window through the ego mind. And so as we do this, as we progress, and as we move forward, upward in the higher frequencies, it is because we're tuning ourselves. And deep eternal forgiveness is a major part of that. Not temporarily, but for good, see. You don't put a Band-Aid on a big gash and think it's going to heal and not bleed. You heal it permanently, and you move on. So as the gods that we are, we have others with us. We have never been alone and never will be, ever. Since we're part of everything and part of the one, we're all one. How can we ever be alone? We aren't. That's the ego mind. So we have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. Trillions of them. This is a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency. And we're going to start seeing a lot of things that we've never seen before. We will see them. And it will not be somebody telling you that it's some kind of you're kind of wacky. It is going to be real. You know why? Because you're seeing it. And remember, it has nothing to do with outside of you. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to see things to believe them. The believing is the manifestation and the creation of reality. It's always been that way. Externalism is seeing. You have to see it to believe it. And that's the ego mind. The heart mind is that you believe it, you create it. That's a fact. So, the archangels, we see them on occasion, we see them in humanoid form on occasion, they just appear somewhere. We happen to be going. And then we have, after we've conversed and they're gone, we have this feeling like, who was that? It felt different. And then all of a sudden it might dawn on you, that was an angel. Thousands of them surround us daily. So, the Ascended Masters, same thing. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Hell, many, many, many more. They are God's mastering, perfecting, and they have ascended out of physical form and hold God form. Okay? We are God form that experience physical form. So the God enters or ascends into the physical form. We're all mastering, okay? It doesn't make any of us higher or better than anything else because we're all one anyway. That's the ego too. Dictating, saying that we are better than somebody. So What do? We've been together forever as part of each other, part of the one. So we form a circle of light around this planet Gaia, Earth, around the equator. And this isn't, this is real. And as we do this, we have this brilliant high frequency that emits a beautiful golden white pink light. And that is of deep eternal love and deep gratitude. And this is what we are. We were made from this through source creation. So as we come together and we create this circle of light and this halo, we encase the planet and all life, on it, above it, below it, and in it. And we encase ourselves. What is this? It's a field of high frequency and light. And it is impenetrable by low, mucky, goopy, dark matter frequencies. Okay? These frequencies can't sustain themselves in higher frequency, of which we have created around this planet and with ourselves. And so when we do that, how in the heck can any of these low matter frequencies cause us any issues? They can't unless you choose to embrace the ego mind. Then you throw open the front door and say, hey, come on in. So the power is the knowledge of knowing that we're susceptible to doing that. And we know how to circumvent it through the heart mind and the gods that we are. So this is why we're protected 24/7. And the only way you're not is when you throw open those doors, and that means you've allowed yourself through the ego mind to jump down into that goop. Okay? So you're knowledgeable, you know it. So as we literally begin to levitate ourselves above the planet, we step outside the body, the physical form. We float above the body. This is where all of source creation energy flows constantly to us, in us, through us, around us, above us, below us, all the time. But when we harbor ourselves in low frequencies and we're in the ego mind, we are not in that flow. We're not connected directly with it. So we levitate up, and we're immediately compelled to call on the other facets, the other source creation, the other's part of the one. And all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those of the highest frequency of deep eternal love, from deep eternal love, can join us in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe. They come in the thousands of Gugaplexes. Endless. From every direction. And they join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Their gods with our gods with theirs. And they are of the highest of deepest gratitudes, and we are of the highest of deepest gratitudes. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the inhabitants of inner Earth, Hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth, all of these civilizations. There are many. And only those who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-negativity, non-ego, stillness of mind, gentle, kind, generous, humble, tranquil, benevolent. And they come, joy, peace, bliss, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. Their gods with our gods with theirs. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the galactics, the off-worlders, just to name a few: Arcturians, Andromedans, Pleiadians, Syrians, and many, many, many more. And only those of these civilizations who maintain the highest of high frequencies of the deepest eternal love, from the deepest eternal love, from the highest of deepest gratitudes, join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, peace, joy, bliss, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, blissful, tranquil, benevolent. And they come, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. Their gods with our gods with theirs. We are all one. We are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. They have assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. We call upon our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are of the highest high frequency of deep eternal love from deep eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation that's now in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, non-ego and non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, peace, joy, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. Their gods with our gods with theirs, and we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is absolutely everywhere. We call upon the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And only those who vibrate at the highest of high frequencies of deep eternal love from deep eternal love and the highest of deepest gratitudes can join us in this meditation, in this now, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion and non-judgment, stillness of mind, non-negativity, non-ego, gentleness and kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, peace, joy, tranquil, benevolent. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, sizes, forms, colors, configurations, which we've never seen before. They are gods with our gods with theirs. Arm in arm, hand in hand, they are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Lifting the very fabric of creation, bringing the frequencies into higher and higher states of bliss, tranquility, and benevolence, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, of contentment. Everywhere. We look up and we see a meditative sphere that we created almost 2 years ago. This meditative sphere holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. It's set center circle. It can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meditations, all active, all vibrating at the highest high of high frequencies, and the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal love and gratitude. It is spectacular, magnificent, wondrous. And we are being flooded and saturated in our physical forms, in our God forms, of this source creation, pure bliss, complete tranquility and benevolence. We are forgiving of ourselves. All of these illusions that the ego mind has created through our acceptance of it are vaporized. It is always through our intent. We have all that we will ever possibly need in this journey of perfecting and experiencing. We look down upon the planet, Earth Gaia. We see all the life, all of our brothers and sisters. We see it all, everything, inside, outside, above and below. And this is flooded, all of them. Imagine that all of them deeply go within the gods that they are and begin forgiving everything about them. Not concerned about externalism or anything outside of them. It has always been inside. And we know this. It isn't a doubt. It has nothing to do with ego, mind, low self-esteem, low confidence, because we are perfection in these bodies. We are the most divine. Does it make any sense that the vessels that carry us around, the gods that we are, is tattered and misconstrued and confused and not understanding? No, it doesn't. And the wonderful thing is that we know it now. And we have a deep knowledge and understanding. We draw on the gods that we are, and the universe is there to support us without fail. And we grow, and we blossom, we experience, and we perfect. We forgive ourselves and move on. We embrace the love that we are, the peace that we are, the joy that we are, the bliss that we are. That is why we're transforming this planet Earth in a higher frequency to a God planet, a paradise. Because everything that we are literally transforming is within us. So therefore it shall be everywhere. And then we will have a true paradise to perfect ourselves in and enjoy. And this is just the beginning. I join you in the meditation and return to close us out. with ease take this with you through the rest of the day, the evening and night and following morning, I think you'll find on your own how releasing this is and how gentle and also empowering. How can we move forward unfettered unless we forgive ourselves deeply within and commune with our God within? We will be back here Saturday, January 25th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern.